much pain was being produced out of Washington. Here I am, like, going all over the place, driving, trying to learn how to heal people. And these people in Washington are just compromising, and causing human suffering that I saw. Now, I want to cover three big topics: marijuana, industrial hemp, and the tax structure. A lot of the reason why my patients were stressed out were due to economics, and yet I knew that when I was a kid, I knew somebody who worked in a hardware store, fishing tackle department, and he supported his whole family. His wife didn't have to work outside the home. Now, why, after decades of technological advancement, hasn't it gotten easier? Well, I can tell you why. When Eisenhower left office, the top 1% of income earners were taxed 91% on their highest income. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but if you think about it, how do they make their money? Earth's resources and human labor, we're not importing even from Mars. So, why did they deserve that? Well, now that figure is all the way down to 39.6%. So that's why we have tremendous inequality, whereas when I was a kid, you had Howard Hughes, he was a millionaire. You didn't have billionaires and everybody else behind the eight ball. This is unnecessary. Reverting the tax structure, and what happened under Obama was they took it from 35 flat, where W had taken it, and brought it back to 39.6. And even that, it's cost, the Bush tax cuts cost trillions of dollars. So if you want to deal with the national debt, I'll add a fourth topic in there. That's what you do. You revert the tax structure back to what it was like in the 60s. And again, I want to, basically, it's on my site at legped.com, but I want to differentiate the top 1% category. Because you can't count somebody making 250 grand and somebody who's a billionaire. So, continuing on, other stresses that I saw were marijuana. Here we have possession of a plant. And I saw people whose mothers and father, sisters, brother, friends were all stressed out because they were facing time to live in a cage for possession of a plant. Based on 30s propaganda that's well known. Now, if alcohol is illegal and alcohol's ingestion affects others, why did they make this illegal? I mean, and plus, here's another thing that gets me. If you're for cannabis illegality, then that means you're for having more pedophiles, rapists, and murderers at large. That's just simple deductive reasoning. If they're doing this, then they're not doing that. And it's backed by statistics too, because in the 1960s, when stats were first taken, 91% of homicides were solved in the United States. Now it's a paltry 61 to 63%, meaning it used to be that only one out of 10 got away with murder. Now it's over 1 out of 3. So, it's cousin plant, industrial hemp. Here we are talking about uranium mining and all this other nonsense. Why aren't we growing our own oil? We could grow our own oil. I asked Ralph Nader about this back in 2004. He said, yeah, it was a multi-billion-dollar crop. It could increase, decrease our risk of terrorism by reducing our reliance on foreign oil. And it could reduce our reliance on foreign oil big time. Some say completely eliminate our reliance on foreign oil. So if we could be growing our own oil, and it has 25,000 other uses too, so it would revitalize this district big time. See all these factories closed down? You'd see them open up. We need to get away from partisan politics in Washington and start having people in there who actually look at human beings as real people and think twice about why they're sending them to live in a cage, and think twice about why we're making solutions illegal, and think twice about why we're giving all this money to those who have need of nothing at the expense of those who have real need.